what is educational Islamic psychology. That is not controversial, but probably quite interesting subject for those of you who are teachers, or for those of you who are a therapist, just like myself. So let's start with mainstream approach. Educational psychology, they concentrate on impact of learning, so including learning methods and information processing, as well as how we absorb those information. So we're talking about memory, concept of long-term memory and short-term memory, but also individual differences, which will have impact on how we're dealing with knowledge, and any other factors which can impact on how we learn, and that could be any social, economic, also health factors. So it's quite a big branch, interlinking with others, but nevertheless, the research goes into depth of processes, as well as applications which support further human development. And this branch of psychology involves research into early childhood, adolescence, but also, as I said, social, economic, but also emotional and cognitive processes across all the lifespan. So we are talking here about quite a few aspects: personality, environment, behavior, cognition, even physiological aspects, which contribute towards how we absorb and process information us as humans. And then, depending from which school you follow, and that will also have an impact on how you understand the whole educational psychology. Because if you follow behavioralism, you would believe that all behaviors that humans exhibit are learned through conditioning. So, you know, that punishment and reward, that Maslow's kind of background idea. Cognitive approach, so, on the other hand, will support the idea that the person learns as a result of their own inner motivation and not results of external reward. So it is all due to your will. Constructivism will say that knowledge can only be obtained due to understand measures and terms of existing knowledge you already have. So it's like a build-up. And experimentalism, they would say that person's own life experience influence how they understand information. And how is this comparable to Islamic view? Well, from Islamic perspective, we don't disregard any human-made research because they all stand and they are very valid. However, let's not forget, Islam brings spirituality on the table. So we also considering, as a Islamic therapist or Islamic researchers, the fact that learning can be experienced directly from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala through inquisitions on our own terms, but because He allows us, He gives us permission to do so, but also it could be in a very intimate way, meaning through revelations like Prophet had. It's called wahi in Arabic. It could be also through inspiration, ilham. It could also be through dreams. It's called ruya sadika, and in any way, the knowledge that we obtaining, how we learning, is very very holistic. So all those aspects, cognitive, behavioral, constructivism, experimentalism, they all stand and they all are truth, plus the spiritual aspect, but also as the Islamic perspectives, especially based on the practice of tarbiyah, would say that any teaching, any training within the human realms is unsuccessful if we don't look at tarabi. I mean, the transformation of your own character through process of observation of characteristics and ethics of the teacher. So your guide, your teacher, your master, your I don't know, sheikh probably, those people who you are obtaining knowledge from, they, accordingly to Islamic traditions, they also need to obtain highest moral levels, because that is considered the purest pathway of receiving knowledge. So to conclude, in Islamic educational psychology, we take into consideration heritage, institutional factors, individual differences, stimulus-response relationships, cognitive factors, behavioral factors, but also for most, the fact that it is by Allah's subhanahu wa ta'ala will, permission, and knowledge that we receiving this abundance of ilm, which is knowledge, but whether secular or religious. And that is underlined in Quran, Surah 55, verse 2. And it is He who teaches us the Quran and ability to speak, or in Quran, Surah 96, verse 5, it is who teaches us what we know not. Okay, so I hope that brings some light to this matter. I hope it was beneficial. Don't forget to sign to my YouTube channel, AJS Therapy, and I see you with the next video.